I want to bring in Republican Congressman Brian Mast of Florida for more on that meeting. Congressman, thanks for coming on. I know you were in that meeting with the president-elect earlier. What was his message to House Republicans?
Yeah, a lot of his message was about just the way that we need to be unified, the things that he was excited about because of the opportunity America has given us, whether it's on all common sense things that he brought up during the campaign, border, energy, government efficiency, getting rid of red tape, getting rid of overspending, waste, abuse. These were all things that he covered and so much more. But it was the excitement in him about being able to go out and do this for America. People like Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy and others that they don't want a title. They don't need necessarily an official appointed position in the way that so many people do. They just want to do something great for America that they see as so important, so needed, or they don't get to have the opportunities as entrepreneurs without saving this country. That is what's on the line, and that's what we get to do now.
And Congressman, President-elect Trump told House Republicans that he suspects he won't be running again, quote, unless you do something. It seemed like he meant that as a joke. But the 22nd Amendment prohibits him from serving a third term. Would you consider repealing that amendment if he were asked you to?
There is no, it seems like it was a joke. President Trump was making a joke. He was literally making a joke about this, making a joke as reporters were still, I think, exiting the room. He didn't even wait for them to get out of the room, knowing that they were going to have something to say about it. He joked that they'd have something to say about it. Nobody is thinking about a term beyond this. He even spoke, in fact, about the great bench that we have with J.D. Vance possibly having a bright future after this. Obviously, we're nowhere close to that yet, but those were other things that he spoke about as well, is what the future would look like after.
Yeah, I know the focus now is on what Republicans plan to do now that Trump is going to be in office come January. And so what did you feel like the mandate is? We've heard a lot from the Republican side that what happened in the election is a mandate. So what are the priorities for Congress and for the president going into especially the next 2 years?
These are not surprising things to anybody that's paying attention. Border, number one. Energy, certainly close to being on par with border and that being an issue given everything that's going on with inflation right now. And regulation, education, these are all things that are across the board need to be addressed. Everybody has pet issues that they want President Trump to look at and see if we can move legislation across the line related to things that they deal with. I deal tremendously with State Department. We know that that is an agency that's just ripe with waste, fraud, and abuse that doesn't even go to Americans or into American pockets or American programs. It all goes abroad. So everybody in Congress has these places and these pockets that we look and we do oversight on specifically, that we're saying, hey, we need you to come in here and help to right the wrongs of what has gone on in this administration. Give you some quick examples. Drag shows in Ecuador at $20,000 a pop, expanding atheism in Nepal, educating people south of our border on how to circumvent our border security. These are all things that the State Department work to fund.
In terms of immigration, Trump has said there's no price tag on his campaign promise to deport all undocumented immigrants in the U.S. Will Congress give him a blank check to do that, or is there a limit to how much Republicans are willing to spend on mass deportations?
Yeah, I think let's make a comparison. The trillions that were spent on the IRA and by Democrats in other places versus the far less amount that's spent on southern border security, and how much we save by making sure that we don't have to pay for individuals that are here illegally, their travel and transportation, their meals, lodging, their everything from education to health care to legal fees, and the backlog that it puts into our justice system, you name it. I'd be hard pressed to find the price tag that you put on that end of it. In the end, it's absolutely a savings to the American people. And more importantly, it is the rule of law, which is the greatest part of the United States of America, the rule of law that we can all rely upon, or used to be able to rely upon, and we will be able to rely upon again.
And the president-elect announced Fox News host and Army National Guard veteran Pete Hegseth as his pick for defense secretary. I know you're a veteran yourself, so what do you make of this pick? Do you have any concerns about his lack of government experience, or are you behind this all the way?
I'm absolutely behind Pete. I know Pete. I've known him for a number of years. We've been together at functions that he doesn't do for fanfare. He does it because he loves our service members, loves his brothers and sisters in arms, wants to go out there and find nonprofits that can help them. It's not just something that he did honorably in service. He also made it very academic for himself, making sure to, write books, study things, be an analyst on things that are going on with our service members, with the veteran community. because it's something that it's down in his heart. It's ingrained in his soul that will always be a part of it because of the service that he's given to America. And I have every confidence he will do an amazing job as Secretary of Defense.
Do you worry at all about his lack of experience in government?
No, not at all. If you could say lack of experience in government, I don't think that's a fair thing. He served in the United States Armed Forces. That is one of the most important levels of government that people like to say, well, you weren't elected or you weren't a bureaucrat. Guess what? I would take a meat eater like Pete every single day of the week over, let's say, some of the Ivy League academics that we have going in government in different places any day of the week. I'd take one of him over 1,000 of the others. So glad to see him in that position.
All right, Republican Congressman Brian Mast of Florida. We appreciate your time today, Congressman. Thank you.
Thank you for the questions.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe. I will be back on YouTube with more exclusive content, so stay tuned.